Hi everybody, it's Violet Kidding. Sometimes our physical infirmities are physical infirmities, and God will use them to draw us unto Himself. But sometimes our physical infirmities are physical manifestations of a spiritual problem, and God allowed it to remove something from our life. I had one such situation. In my video Touched by a Rainbow, I talked about being in pain full-time. And I am. But for the last several months, it has mounted to unbearable proportions. I want to show you something. 2 days ago, I couldn't have done that. I could barely hold a pen. Now, if you can see, the 3 middle fingers are swollen, but they are significantly smaller than they were 2 days ago. I received a divine physical healing because I had a spiritual breakthrough. When Christ went to the cross, it was for the salvation of mankind, but before He went to the cross, He was bruised for our iniquities, pierced for our transgressions, and by His stripes we are healed. The scourging that He endured at the hands of the Romans, with a whip laced with chips of bone and rock, tearing His flesh, is for our physical healing. And I received a physical healing on Good Friday. I couldn't have done this. I could barely hold a pen. I could barely use my mouse. I could barely type. This is how debilitating this physical manifestation of a spiritual problem was in my life. The woman with the issue of blood had a major problem. Now, any woman knows that they're usually perfectly happy for the menstrual cycle to be over. She had been bleeding for 12 years. She had spent her life savings on doctors trying to get some form of relief. She was a social pariah. She was not allowed in city limits. She was not allowed to worship. If anyone touched her, they would be ceremonially defiled. But she was desperate. She heard that Christ was coming, and she pushed her way through the crowd, defiling people as she went, illegally touching them. Because she said to herself, if I can just touch the hem of His robe, I will be healed. And she did, and He felt the power leave Himself, and she was healed. He said, daughter, your faith has healed you. I knew that if I had a spiritual breakthrough, I would have physical healing, so I had to take desperate actions. It was a big leap of faith for me. But the results were 100% worth it. Christ desires to give us victory over the grave and victory over our circumstances here on earth. And that is the sacrifice of the Christ. That's His passion. And that's all I have to say. BK out.